morning, friends. It's early on the Monday before Easter. I'm kind of tired. The sun's not up yet. You can kind of see out windows. But it seemed appropriate to join you early this morning before the sun comes up as we're still waiting for the light. I want to read you this morning a passage from a book called In the Shelter by the author Padraig O Tuama. He's an Irish writer. Whatever Jesus of Nazareth's death means, it doesn't mean something that can be written on a fridge magnet. When I was studying theology, I had to write an essay. It was an essay that changed me because it asked whether Christians believe that we are saved by the birth of Jesus of Nazareth, by the death of Jesus of Nazareth, by his resurrection or ascension. It was an essay to examine how well we could argue an emphasis rather than create a supremacy of these factors within Christian theology, and I loved it. I chose the incarnation because it struck me then, and it strikes me now, that life needs to be lived, with all its complications, and that we need an avenue to incorporate hope into our lives, not just our afterlives. The story of the incarnation of Jesus of Nazareth into the lives of ordinary people is a story not just of taking individual sins on like a heavy sack over his holy shoulder, but a story of living in the midst of a society that holds hope with corruption, a society where you can be condemned for doing something good, a society that punishes those who are already punished, and a society with a pathological relationship to our own capacity for good. If we are to tell the story of sin, we must tell the story of the sin we live in, not just the sins we commit. Part of what we're doing in this Holy Week is telling the story of sin. It's a hard thing to do. It's not a comfortable thing to do. And the trajectory of Holy Week is that it gets worse before it gets better. We see the grave consequences of our sin for another fully human being. And I guess the beauty of it, because we're lucky enough to know the end of the story, is that this fully human being wasn't just fully human, he was also fully divine. And that is the only way we get to hold hope alongside corruption. I want to return to the psalm that we read in worship yesterday in closing. Open to me the gates of righteousness, that I may enter through them and give thanks to the Lord. This is the gate of the Lord, the righteous shall enter through it. I thank you that you have answered me and have become my salvation. The stone that the builders rejected has become the chief cornerstone. This is the Lord's doing. It is marvelous in our eyes. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Save us, we beseech you, O Lord. O Lord, we beseech you, give us success. Blessed is the one who comes in the name of the Lord. We bless you from the house of the Lord. The Lord is God, and he has given us light. Bind the festal procession with branches up to the horns of the altar. You are my God, and I will give thanks to you. You are my God, I will extol you. Oh, give thanks to the Lord, for he is good, for his steadfast love endures forever. I don't have any grand lessons for you today. Some days we're just tired. I'm just tired. And some days all we can do is find a couple of things that are hopeful to read, things that resonate, things that ring true. My prayer for you today is that you would find things around you for which you can give thanks to the Lord. Things that tell you that the Lord is good and things that remind you that God's steadfast love is there for you today and forever. Blessings on your day, friends.